I had no boundaries growing up with anybody. Like I was abused multiple times after that by several people. Basically, I think because I had no boundaries and I felt like I wasn't allowed to say like, no, I don't want this, or I didn't know how. I would just freeze.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I felt like bad about myself, like that I couldn't stand up for myself, and I wasn't good enough to protect myself. I was still living with all these emotional problems, and I felt like the abuse made me feel worthless, and I was still living like if I was worthless, and not able to accept love from my husband even. And I never even realized that I was doing that until I went through that module and talked with you about it afterwards. It just kind of like made me realize what I was doing all this time. And now I can change it. And now I can leave that in the past and just move on. And that was a huge thing for me. The doctor was saying, your numbers are good. So, and she told me I could go ahead and get pregnant again because she knew I wanted to have more kids.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was insane because I still felt terrible. I was tired. Didn't want to do anything, so I couldn't imagine having another kid. So
Yeah.
I wanted to get better because I kind of have this. I already have a baby. This all started after my first baby, and I wanted my kids to be close together. So I wanted to figure it out quickly. I mean, it's like risky to have a baby without having the Hashimoto's under control. So I didn't want to take those risks, and I wanted to learn more about that. Like, what could I do? So I was searching for options of what else I could do, and then I came across your page. My life is a lot better just because of the fact that I have energy. Before I just wanted to lay down all day. And that in itself is like mentally depressing because I'm like, why can't I get up? Why can't I get things done? And now it's like I can get done whatever I need to do and then some. So that's like huge for me. When I came to you, I was about a 4.
And what about now?
Now, I mean, I guess I'm a 10 because I can't think of anything, there's nothing going on with my health. I feel totally healthy. My body's like functioning exactly how it's supposed to. Thyroid Revive is not like a prescription, here, take this and you're going to be okay. It's something that you're going to work on with other people and with you. So with other people going through it with you at the same time. So and then I would also say that it's different from just reading a book because you're reading the book by yourself. You're not talking to anyone about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one guiding you through it. So, because I read books too before I got into this. And so I think it's that Thyroid Revive is extra helpful because there's others with you going through it.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's a process. So you don't just like bombard yourself with all this information all at once and then you're overwhelmed. Like, what do I do? I don't know where to begin. You give us the modules one at a time so we could take the whole week to work on it and think about it rather than just dumping all this information on you. Don't you want to live the healthiest possible life? Don't people want to live in a way that you don't feel terrible, you don't feel tired, you don't have all these ailments happening to you? Don't like, I keep thinking I want to live like how I lived when I was 10 years younger.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm willing to look for solutions, to try new things, because for me it seemed like from one day to the next I was totally happy, healthy, and then boom, I was sick. And so I ask people, like, don't you want to go back to that, to being healthy? I'm not okay with living my life in a sick way.
Mm-hmm.
And why are you okay with it?